A very warm welcome to you all to what is the first charity ball for the Terrible Titties and Other Bitters. Thank you. I've been practicing that line now for nearly 2 years. We are all in for a fantastic evening. A big thank you to Neil Mason there for starting us off, and that welcome from Peter Taunton, town crier. It is something, it's actually really incredible to be standing here now and seeing you all sitting down. Something that has been a vision now for over 2 years. Our very first ball meeting was back in 2019, so to see this as a reality is, you know, an incredibly proud moment for the charity. I also want to thank the charity for entrusting me with this project. It's not something I've done before. And for those who don't know, my background is primary school teaching. So you could have easily have found yourselves on a coach with a packed lunch off to Warwick Castle. But, you know, I'm delighted that we've all found a chair and we're all sitting down. Thanks go to Holly here at the County Showground, Nikki and the Jenkinsons team, and Rachel at Pegasus Bar. They have been warned to stock up there at the bar. So table 20, you're going to be all right. I hope. Yes, and thanks to the ball committee and the volunteers who have worked so hard today to get this room ready. A special mention too goes to Susan Bufton, who literally did get the ball rolling for us. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my husband, David. For not only being there during all my treatments, but for supporting me with the organising of tonight. When it rolled over again to this year and it fell on his 50th birthday, he said, "It's fine, go ahead with it, it's okay. But I promise you my undivided attention from tomorrow." He'll probably be wishing I was back organising a ball very shortly. OK, so we have been overwhelmed by the donations that we received for our raffle, our silent and our live auctions. For the raffle that you will have passed on the way in, we've got some fantastic prizes. We've got Horcross Hall vouchers, a meal for two at the Pullman Hotel in St Pancras, London, numerous afternoon tea and dinner vouchers and jewellery. The raffle is £10 and there's an envelope on your table. If you can put the £10 in and write your name and details on, one of our volunteers will come and collect the envelopes during dinner. If you need change or you would like to pay on a card reader, please call one of our volunteers. The draw will take place at 11:15 in the Bowden room. So you're welcome to go in there to watch it being drawn. And if you are one of the lucky winners, your envelope will be by one of the prizes. Our vases of flowers are for sale as well. It is Mother's Day tomorrow, so if you haven't got anything, you're welcome to do your shopping here, as are the balloons. They're for sale too. Our silent auction is positioned over there, some fantastic prizes which are all listed in the programme. There are a few others as well, and our live auction is all over on the table there. Again, all our live auctions are in the programme. With the exception of Jojo's, the fish and chip van that John Evans has kindly donated to us, which you had information for on arrival. I'm also pleased to announce that we have Ben Gamble here from Cuttlestone's Auctioneer House to conduct our auction. And in a moment, we will be drawing our first raffle, but I would just like to give you a little bit more information on the charity, please. So back in 2017, Rachel Jordan and Natasha Moore met through treatment for breast cancer at Stafford Hospital. They felt, as did others, that there was a lack of emotional and pastoral support for patients. And with this in mind, they asked a few ladies who they had met waiting for their appointment if they wanted to join them and go for a meal. They named themselves the Shitty Titties and decided to meet monthly. Fast forward forwards a few months, and this group had grown so big that it was no longer feasible for them to meet in restaurants. And this is where Stafford Rugby Club stepped in and offered us their fantastic facilities. The Rugby Club are now our official sponsors, and they proudly wear our logo on the sleeve of their shirts. And having a place where we can host informal monthly meetings and provide and fund speakers free of charge to our ever-growing group is invaluable. In addition to these meetings, we provide buddy networking, a 24-hour helpline, holistic treatments, and practical help in the home. Plus, pre-COVID, we were out in the community with the Titties on Tour roadshow, raising awareness of the disease and providing educational visits. With the help of our trustees, who are all here this evening, we were delighted to be awarded charity status in October of 2019, and Macmillan Cancer recognise the work we do and have links to us on their web pages. Terrible Titties and Other Bitties is predominantly a charity for ladies diagnosed with breast cancer, but as the name suggests, we do support ladies with other forms of cancer, particularly those who have a rare cancer of which there are no local support groups for. And the purpose of our charity is to support the needs of all our members and aid in whichever way we can to help not just the ladies experiencing cancer, but their families, loved ones, and the communities who rely on them. To be experiencing cancer in the difficult months that we have all just gone through has been extra challenging for our cancer patients and us as a charity. And these past 2 years have been extra challenging times for us. As just before lockdown in 2020, Natasha, our co-founder, passed away just a couple of weeks after discovering her breast cancer had returned. Natasha was mum to the group. She took great pleasure in seeing others thrive during and after their treatment. And so much was her dedication to the charity that Natasha kept a second diary running alongside her own. And in it were all the dates and times of hospital appointments our ladies had. Natasha would always check in on them before and after to see how they were. 2 months later, we were to lose Angela Byers. Ange was a fun member of the group and was part of the original board committee. She had an eye for detail and was responsible for organising the chair covers and the sashes. And I know she'd be so pleased we carried out her wishes and with the way the room looks tonight. And I think it's only appropriate, as we are in the presence of their family and friends, that we show our respect and our appreciation for Natasha, Angela, and all the other ladies we have sadly lost since the charity began. So please, let's put our hands together and show our respect. Thank you. For those that know, will know that there is nothing more than Natasha and Ange would want than for us all to have a good night and to see those gin bottles being poured and to hear those bottles of fizz go pop. And that's exactly what we're going to do tonight. So, to Rachel. Rachel and Natasha had had that conversation about what they were to do in the event of the unimaginable. And the decision they reached was that the charity must go on. But Rachel had not just lost her breast friend. Natasha had become the best friend. And combined with her grief and the impact of the pandemic, most people would have called it a day. But no, not our Rachel. She set about carrying on. Committee meetings were done on Zoom, as were our monthly members' meets and greets. She found ways to fundraise during lockdown, hosted online quizzes, conducted doorstep visits, and sent pick-me-ups through the post to our members. But her greatest achievement during this difficult time was project managing the Memorial Garden, which was not only completed during lockdown, but during a very cold winter. With the help of a grant from Staffordshire Doing Your Bit and the kindness of local people and companies, a garden which would rival anything seen at the Chelsea Flower Show was created at Stafford Rugby Club and is available for all the community to use and visit. Rachel is now working hard on various other projects, including our website and producing chemo boxes for our local hospitals to give out. So on behalf of the committee, its trustees and members, I'd like to invite one of our trustees, Lynn Sharkey, to present Rachel with a small token to show our gratitude for the fantastic work she has continued to do. Okay. And so, I'll just conclude with this. A cancer diagnosis, as in the original name of our group, is shit. For someone newly diagnosed, it is a rocky road that lies ahead, but it is smoothed over by those who have already walked it, as those that know can advise others on where to put their feet to help make their journey to recovery as smooth and as stress-free as possible. And that's ultimately what we at the Terrible Titties are about. To the Terrible Titties.